isn't ready yet. It's too far away. That's still recharging.
I was dispatched with a small group of sentinels here to protect the oracle tree from the harpies that have made nests all around the glade. Little by little, we are trying to push them back. When the oracle tree attempted to send a runner to Darnassus with a report, the messenger was attacked and killed by a group of the harpies. If you feel up to the task, go to their nests, slay them, and return their belts to me as proof of your deeds.
Still recharging. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet.
The saber cat's fur is a distinctive gray color, blending into the surrounding forest. As she lays there, you observe that she is badly wounded, with deep lacerations across her back and stomach. She raises her head and gazes at you, bright intelligence shining in blue eyes. She seems to wish to follow you.
Hello. Oh, thank you, adventurer. I feared I would never see Mist again, knowing only her death in my heart, never to be united with my faithful companion. I owe you more than you can know, and you have my eternal gratitude.
I don't have a target.
What brings you here? I am impressed by what you have accomplished here in so short a time, adventurer. Would that I could ask you to remain here to assist me with my duties, but I know in my heart that greater tasks lie ahead for you. I have noticed the oracle tree has just shed a piece of its bark. No doubt it has a task that it wishes completed. You should speak with it. Oh, the forest whispers of your feats of valor, adventurer. As I felt the harpies forced from their nests, a greater calm spread across the forest, its creatures once again feeling safe. I have feared sending another messenger to the archdruid, but I know that you will see my message safely to him. Deliver this to him and know that the forest will see you safely along its paths to the forest of stone. What brings you here? The forest mourns for Lady Satra, but it was something that had to be done. Thank you, adventurers. Now you must finish the task to which you have been appointed. Take the spinnerets and offer Lady Sathra's sacrifice to a loon. Lay the great spider to rest. Inside this temple, find the central fountain. There is where you may leave the sacrifice. The holy waters will purify and cleanse the corruption that drove Sathra mad. When you have completed this, return to me. The loss of Lady Sathra is distressing, but in this way only may she be reborn with a renewed spirit. May a loon willingly accept the sacrifice that you have offered her.
The loon be with you. Illuminate your path.
Speak. If you are here to waste my time, then you are wasting the time of the Cenarian Circle as a whole. For your sake, let us hope that you are not foolish enough to be doing just that. I wondered why the Oracle Tree had not communicated with me for so long. It seems that some problems are lessened while others grow to greater concerns. I fear my work on Teldrassil shall never be completed, and our immortality never restored. Nonetheless, you have done the Oracle Tree's task well, and should be rewarded for your diligence. If you had enough time to run messages for the Oracle Tree, then I'm sure that I can press you into service to deliver a message to the Grove of the Ancients in Darkshore, due south of Aberdeen. You will most likely have to secure transport on a hippogriff, but I have faith enough in you that you can manage that. Take this to Onu, the Ancient of Lore. He has been awaiting word from me, even as I waited for news from the Oracle Glade. To maintain our link to the mainland, we have hippogriffs constantly flying between Rutheran Village and Darkshore.
me with my latest invention, the BuzzBox. You can talk to people far away. Maybe you've already seen them. They're boxes with levers on them. The only problem is they need constant maintenance. Each one suffers from a different problem, but I made a really smart decision. I placed each one near creatures that have the proper parts to fix that particular machine. Right now, BuzzBox-827 is on the Fritz. It's just south of Aberdeen, real close. It takes 6 crawler legs to fix it. I'll pay you a key.
I can instruct you in mining? Interested?
You wish to buy, trade? Dionys Aka.
I wish I had more time to teach all who came before me. But alas, that is not the way of things. Until you have learned all that Padar has to teach, I cannot help you. Please sit and make yourself comfortable.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Please sit and make yourself comfortable.
Remain vigilant.
are, Bart's laugh. My brother and I were hunting in the woods to the east when we were ambushed by strange insect-like beasts. Such aberrations have never before been seen in Azuramis. Could they be a sign of the coming apocalypse? The apocalypse that you are destined to prevent? If you truly are the promised one, you will strike the creatures of the apocalypse down and bring me their hides. From their hides I can fashion armor of great power, bind them to the east beyond the road. These are dark days, promised one. Even the Murlocs are kicking our tails, literally. Unfortunately, more than just my ego has been bruised. While our relationship with the Silkfin Murlocs had always been tenuous, never could we have imagined that they would have the gall to attack us and steal from our food stores, travel west to the Silton shore, and recover our stolen foodstuffs. And if you see a dark-skinned Murloc with a patch of white fur stuck in between his webbed toes, for centuries we lived in relative peace with the creatures of the land. Several months ago, Kurtz began to see dark omens. The peace that we enjoyed for so long was to be lost. The extent of the catastrophe could not be known, so it would be that the gods would shatter our land, turning both friend and foe against us. But there was something else. Amidst the chaos, a hero would rise. A hero not of still-pine blood. The promised one would deliver us from devastation. That prophesied hero was you.
It's too far away. That's still recharging.
around you, Shaman. Can you see the balance of the elements in you? The air, the water, and the fire that has touched them all. I trust that the burning I see behind your eyes is from a desire to grow and understand? Good. Tuluan has sent you here because he sees your potential to both learn and help with a problem that the crash of your Exodar has caused. We shall see. One of my brethren, Hotter, has gone insane. No doubt, because of the crash of your ship, he's begun demanding that the local owl beasts worship him. This will not continue. None of us would ever impersonate a god. It falls to you to restore the balance. First, you must retrieve their ritual torch, which has been taken by the crazed Wildkin inside Still Pine Hole to the west. Return the torch to me. Not only is the prophecy true, this armor is also amazing. Surely is armor fit for a champion, and I will sell it to you at discounted prices for this one. I jest, the first piece is complimentary. Delicious grain. Archive will be delighted. Where Boneyard Bart's laugh. I am Stillpine, the younger heir to the Stillpine legacy. As you can see, my defenders have set up a death trap for the raving Waldkin that attack from inside Stillpine Hold. Why we are able to hold them off out here, none of my defenders have been able to infiltrate the hold. If you could get inside and slay their leader, it might give us an opportunity to strike, find Chieftain Umoru and destroy him. Slay any crazed wildkin that you encounter inside as well. As High Chief, my immediate concern is the root of the corruption in Stillpine Hold. Why did the wildkin once our allies attack us? Why have they taken residence in Stillpine Hold? Perhaps something inside will hold the answer. Stillpine Hold for truth to the source of corruption.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range. too far away.
The blood crystal radiates a sickly aura that seeps into the water of the cave. On the surface, the crystal appears to be a piece of the earth. Something has gone terribly wrong with this crystal, as it is blood-red and rapidly dissolving itself into the cave. This may explain the unusually aggressive behavior of digital networks that return to High Chief Stillpine with this information.
That yet.
It is you who will defend my people and usher in a new era of prosperity for Stillpine. These blood crystals that you saw, my scouts have seen many more to the north. I thank you for aid, but now ask that you leave me to confer with the elders. I will call for you once I have spoken with the other elders of the village. This may very well be the opportunity that we needed. I will send an attack at once. The Stillpine thank you for your service, adventurer. After the crystal storm had subsided, a beast of meth appeared in our village, brought here by the invading wildkin. This beast, the Kirkin, laid waste to our village. Many Stillpine were slain in defense of our lands by this fiend, and many have since lost their lives attempting to subdue the beast. In my visions, I have seen one defeat the Kirkin. The one must be you, adventurer. You are our only hope. Enter Stillpine Hold and slay the Kirkin. Bring me his hide as proof of deed. Promised One has arrived. Welcome to Stillpine Hold. The Promised One has emerged victorious. The prophecy is nearly complete. Now about that hide. Take the Kirkin's hide to Mordo, on the other side of the village. He will fashion the hide into an item of your choice. This is the strongest armor I've ever made. Make good use of it, adventurer. The hold is saved, and soon my people will make their way back to the ancestral home. The prophecy has come to pass, and a new age of prosperity begins for the Stillpine. But I fear that darkness looms ahead for your own people. There are questions left unanswered, visions of prophecy unseen. Return to your leaders, and tell them of what you have seen here, and Promised One. Should you ever require the aid of Stillpine, you have merely to ask. See how its fire never goes out. That is the work of Hauteur. It is a symbol of his arrogance. Flame is meant to consume that which it burns, and then itself die, to be reborn anew another time. I would help you douse the torch, but it must stay lit for you to deal with Hauteur. We will let it burn a little while longer. The owl beasts of Moonwing Den on Silver Mist Isle, far to the southwest, have been deluded into thinking that Hauteur is a god to be worshipped. What he truly is a fallen elemental who needs to be put out of his misery. That torch is the key to his downfall. Hauteur regularly demands that these owl beasts burn an effigy in his honor, so when you light it, he will come, slay him, and bring me the ashes. Then use the orb in the satchel that I will give you to return to me here.
Each
Hello, adventurer. Old man Kessel over there, he's a clever one. I'd be real careful in my dealings with him if I were you. He offered me work caring for the elk. And being the fool I was, I took it to mean feeding training and the like. Things became real clear when he handed me the shovel. I made a wonderful discovery adventure. On the uncorrupted part of the island grows a remarkable fruit called the sand pear. They're found near the bottoms of the trees. I've been preparing pies from them, but if I'm not careful, the elk will start to wander over and steal my fruit. I've taken to gathering enough to share with the animals, but my stores are gone, and the craving for pie has returned. Would you be willing to help gather the fruit I need for another batch of pies? I promise I'll share. Well, you made it this far. Let's put you to work before you get too bloodied up. You're just in time, adventurer. Blood elf activity in this area has doubled in the past week. Our agents have informed us that the blood elves that call themselves Sunhawks plan to launch an offensive upon Azuramist soon. I need you to get a warning out to our allies and compatriots. Warn High Chief Stillpine at Stillpine Hold, Exarch Menelaus at Azure Watch, and Admiral Odysseus at Odysseus Landing. Time is of the essence, so I am lending you my elk. Be sure to keep it out of water. One thing we've learned in our travels is that extreme care must be taken when introducing wildlife from one world to another. When the Exodar crashed, it was carrying specimens of various outland species, including an insectoid predator called the Ravager. Some of the specimens were lost, but many others survived and took to the wild. If we don't keep them in check, they will upset the natural balance here on the islands. You'll find these Ravagers to the west of Kessel's Crossing, near the coast.
It is you who will defend my people and usher in a new era of prosperity for Stillpine.
The Naru have not forgotten.
Visions, you say? Interesting. And this prophecy has come to pass. But you say they saw the power core of the Exodar. And Noros was also in the vision? What can it mean?
We are lucky to have survived this ordeal. If it wasn't for you, everyone on this island could have been killed.
I am Kessel, Lord of the Elec, disciple of the Hand of Argus. Are you the new recruit? Well done, adventurer. This was a difficult test of your abilities, but you have passed with flying colors. To become a soldier of the Hand of Argus, you must pass many such tests. Have you seen the Serpent Men, the ones that call themselves Naga? They dared make an advance upon this camp under cover of darkness, only 3 nights ago. Can you believe the audacity of those primitive beasts? I need you to deliver a message to their leadership, adventurer. To the northeast is Wrathscale Lair, home to Lord Cease. Find him, slay him where he stands, and drive this banner through his corpse. Let them know fear whenever they should see our standard.
By order of Harbinger Nicholas. A bounty of 18 silver to be paid to the brave soul who returns with proof of the marauding bear Deathclaw's demise. Deathclaw should be considered extremely dangerous and is responsible for the killing of a survey team on the coast to the northwest of Bloodwatch. Travelers are advised to avoid the area.
Welcome to Bloodwatch, adventurer. Please excuse the disorder you see around you. It's easy to take simple things for granted, like a fully furnished and stocked inn, until you're forced to build one from nothing. We've managed to salvage this pod for a building, but without the proper furnishings and first aid supplies, the inn is little more than a glorified tent. Nerguni at the Exodar has offered to put together a package to help with our most immediate needs, but I need someone to deliver this list to him.
The black silt murlocs on the southwestern coast are curious creatures. In some ways they act barely sentient, yet in others they show a remarkable degree of organization. I have a few theories about that, but no real way to test them till recently. I've devised a method that will allow me to track the murlocs I'm interested in without doing any lasting harm or interfering with their natural behavior. If you're willing to help with the marking, I'll gladly pay you for your assistance.
Did you know mushroom hunting is far more dangerous than mushroom consumption? Mushroom hunters expose themselves to many unknowns, not including potential wildlife dangers. What would life be without a little danger? I am in need of mushrooms for my collection. Scattered throughout these unexplored wilds, you will find 4 different types: an aquatic stinkhorn of blood mushroom, a ruinous polyspore, and a felcomb fungus. They are each unique to various regions in Bloodmist. Bring them to me. What does Argus mean to you, adventure? Many Draenei probably do not know or remember our home planet is there that we split from the Man'arai, the twisted demonic reflections of ourselves that were gifted by Sargeras, or as they call themselves, Era. Iridar? This word once held meaning. Disgusting. Let us not waste any more time. Find Vindicator Boros to begin your training. Welcome to Bloodwatch, adventurer. Seeing to the defenses of the outpost is my primary concern, but I've also been tasked with a variety of other duties by our leaders at the Exodar. The problem is that it's hardly safe to send out large amounts of researchers when the island is this dangerous. I need someone to gather a series of crystal samples from various sites on the island. The first sample I need must come from the Ravager-infested ship debris south of the town and across the bridge. Ah, adventurer, I've heard about you. You're the one that made the Kessel run in under 15 minutes, right? Probably not. Are you ready to spill some blood in the name of the light? For Velen? For Argus? I'll slow down. Bloodwatch is one of 2 forward bases operated by the Hand of Argus. You have already been to the other base, Azure Watch. Things are completely different in Blood Mist. When we first got here, the land was as beautiful as Azure Mist. We even called it Silvergale, but now sickness is spreading across the land worse. Yet the Blood Elves that we were battling on the Exodar survived the crash. This brings me to your assignment. Venture northwest into Blaywood and terminate any Blood Elves that you find. So you need to go to the Exodar? That's going to be a long trip, but don't worry. I have a way to get you there very quickly. For a small fee, you can rent one of my hippogriffs to fly you to the Exodar. Taking the hippogriff is a faster, not to mention safer alternative for someone carrying an important message. If you'd like to take a ride, speak to me again, and I'll make the arrangements.
Welcome. Browse at your leisure. Good health!
I wish I had more time to teach all who came before me. But alas, that is not the way of things. Until you have learned all that Padar has to teach, I cannot help you. I wish I had more time to teach all who came before me. But alas, that is not the way of things. Until you have learned all that Padar has to teach, I cannot help you. We control access to the Exodar storage facilities. Are there goods you wish to store or remove?
May you find what...
So you've brought Tafir's list. Excellent. I was hoping to receive this today. Let's see what he needs. That's most of what he requested. The pieces for the beds are simply too large to be delivered by Hippogriff, but I'll make arrangements to have them sent by wagon. Here's the box, adventurer. That should be enough for Topher to get the inn up and running. Let him know that he can keep sending in orders as the need arises. Bloodwatch urgently needs a place to care for the wounded and put up any travelers they receive. When you're ready to return to Bloodwatch, seek out Stephanos near the gates of the Exodar.
I hope you find something useful.
Open. Good day, adventurer. Are you in need of a reliable hippogriff? So you're headed back to Bloodwatch with this package? No problem at all, adventurer. Just speak with me again, and we'll get you on your way with those supplies. If I remember correctly, Bloodwatch's hippogriff master is Lalando. If you've spoken to him before, then you can take one of my hippogriffs to him. That's a good lesson to know. Hippogriffs are always trained to fly to their capital city, but they'll only take you to a remote hippogriff master after you've already been there. Since you arrived on one of Lando's hippogriffs, you can also use that route to return to Bloodwatch with the caregiver's supplies.
valuable lesson that you learned here today. It is the story of endings and beginnings. When first we spoke, I told you that fire was not just destruction, but also a renewing force. That through your actions you have both destroyed and saved Altur. For he shall be reborn from his ashes. You have done a great thing here today in your pursuit of understanding your relationship to the flame. Remember to always treat it with the utmost respect, lest you get burned. I saved a portion of Altur's ashes for you. Use them in the creation of your fire totem. And remember all that you have learned in their attainment. Now return to Tuluwa.
Please sit and make yourself comfortable.
Must not give up.
You have passed through the cleansing fire of destruction and been renewed, adventurer. This is not unlike the tribulation the Traveler people are currently undergoing, and through saving Altur from himself, you have secured your connection to the elemental fire of this world. You should know that the Prophet has been asking for you, having heard of your success in your trial. The creation of your fire totem will have to wait until you have spoken with him. This is a rare honor. You must hurry to the Exodar to see him at once.
So long.
will...
As we attempt to gain the help of the peoples of this world against the Burning Legion, we must also learn to live peaceably amongst them. Please keep this in mind as your journey takes you throughout Azura. May the light guide you. Hello, adventurer. I have been expecting you. I trust this day finds you well. I am thankful that you have chosen the difficult path of the shaman. Few enough do, but I foresee it is critical to our future that we learn shamanism from the broken. They are called that, but once they were Draenei. Fell magics transformed them, and that is why they cannot call upon the power of the light. Some disapprove of them, and the shamanism they teach, but they are not evil. I wish you to speak with Farseer Nobundo. He is the wisest shaman I know, and you will learn much with his guidance.
Through rigorous retraining, I have had to break many students of all they had previously learned, so that I might teach them anew. The service I offer becomes increasingly difficult to perform each time it is done. It is for that reason that it becomes increasingly expensive with each retraining. Do you desire that I break you of the talents you have learned? Greetings, Dort. It is always heartening to meet a traveler who is open to the way of shamanism. There are so few. May, Benda, Mesotardie. You have learned not to judge the flame for its outward appearance, just as you should not judge mine. You are here because you are ready to create your fire totem.
Good day, adventurer. Are you in need of a reliable hippogriff?
Hi. In my years as a member of Explorers League, I've been all over Azuroth, but I've never seen anything quite like Blood Mist. Babysitting! Would you believe it? They pulled me out of a promising dig and sent me along with Captain Odysseus's expedition to babysit that little gnome. I had never heard of a gnome wanting to become a prospector before, so I asked. Seems we are taking gnomes now, and this particular one has a fascination with murlocs. Well, he's gone off and set up shop in an old turtle shell on the northern shore of the island. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
Safe travels.
What it means to be a Hand of Argus. We are agents of the light. We serve without question. We die without question. The Exodar's crash scattered pieces of fouled crystals all over Blood Mist Isle, corrupting the water and the landscape. We've even begun finding pieces of the crystals inside the flesh of animals taken for meat. I've uncovered a way to purify the shard and turn them into functional crystals, so if you bring me enough shards, I'll trade one of my completed crystals for them. So far, I've found the shards in the bodies of bears, ravagers, flutterers, and treants inhabiting the corrupted part of the island.
It's good to see another new face here in Bloodwatch, adventurer. Although the Blood Elves are the most immediate threat, there are other sinister creatures that call Blood Mist Isle home. The Nessivas Satyr are of particular concern. They are foul, demonic creatures commanding dark magics and feeding on the corruption created by the Exodar's crash. We must hold them in check. But first, we must learn more about them. Go southwest to Nazivian, and learn what you can from their grotesque monument.
Splendid! Now, I'll finally be able to set up some beds and a first aid station, so that we can better treat the wounded and any survivors we encounter. I can't thank you enough for your help, adventurer. You have my thanks, and that of the Bloodwatch's Vindicators.
In the aftermath of the battles at the Well of Eternity, I heard that Amatharan had been destroyed, its people dead, including my love, Anaya. I would never have thought, thousands of years later, that memories of Anaya would still haunt my dreams. Wandering the woods of Darkshore in a stupor, I found myself in the ruins of Amatharan, where I saw the haunted spirit of my beloved. She must be freed, but I lack the heart to do it. Her spirit must be destroyed.
Majestic sea creatures are known to launch themselves at the Darkshore coastline, beached there until they die. Lately, these beasts have been washing ashore in ever-increasing numbers. I've been sent here by the Temple of the Moon to investigate, but the presence of murlocs along the water has made my research difficult. There is a giant creature washed ashore just south of Aberdeen that is ringed by the foul gray mist murlocs. Could you go there and retrieve bones from the creature for our study? Hostile moonkin roam in ever-increasing numbers to our east. They once were thought to be gentle, almost mystical creatures. While some continue to hold reverence for them, the safety of Aberdeen forces me to keep a more realistic view. I've received reports that moonkin are being drawn to a large red crystal along Darkshore's eastern mountain range. No one has any idea what that crystal is, or even if it really exists. I want you to locate it over there and report back to me what you find.
A sickness spreads across the Darkshore, gripping the minds and bodies of all it touches. The thistlebears have been hit the hardest by this plague. The once noble beasts are now an instrument of destruction, rabid and frenzied. I may have a cure for this ailment. Take this trap to the forest and lay it on the ground. Any rabid thistlebear that crosses the light shall become docile for a short time. Once the bear is docile, it shall follow you. Lead it back here, adventurer. Some of my brethren were rescued from a corrupt furbog in Teldrassil, and I've vowed to stop any more atrocities before more of our kind are injured, or worse. I have seen a couple hints of corruption in Darkshore already, but I have yet to find any widespread signs. I think it would be logical if the investigation continued with the furbogs. Would you find one of their camps and return to me if you see any signs of corruption?
Do you smell that delicious aroma? It's my secret recipe, adventurer, fresh strider stew. Delicious. Perhaps you would be interested in learning the recipe. Before I teach you the recipe, you will need to prove that you can handle the beasts. Now, I don't expect you to go out and tame one and ride it back to me. But if you can kill a few and bring back some of their succulent meat, I may be persuaded to show you the ways of strider stew.
The ruins of Bashalaran to the east are overrun with demonic minions. The sprites and satyrs that have taken up residence in the area feed upon the magical energies of the area, their powers growing from continued exposure. Even with that, I have noticed that there is one shrine they will not approach. On the western side of the ruins, atop a small bluff, a strange blue aura permeates. There must be an explanation to the demon's reluctance. I would like you to investigate it. Adventurer, a task I would ask of you. Have you seen the ruins of Amatharan? If not, you will find them on the eastern side of the main road, some ways to the south. Once they were the home of many powerful highborn. Now they are a testament to the destruction their dabblings produced. I've been told by the sentinels that the spirits of the highborn persist, and that they wield their ancient magical implements. Those relics must be appropriated so that we might destroy them.
past that yet. closer.
As you place the crawler legs inside the machine, you hear gears begin to grind. Judging from the banging sounds coming from the buzz box, you believe the crawler legs are being put in their proper place. Soon the machine begins to hum, and you hear a tiny voice calling out from within. Hello? Hello? You fixed it. This is Whizbang, by the way. Thanks a lot. Hey, you wouldn't want to fix another one, would you? A tiny voice crackles from deep within the machine. Whizbang here. The next buzz box is north of Aberdeen on the beach. So that buzz box is number 411, and it needs 3 thresher eyes for its repairs. They're just off the coast, the Dark Shore Threshers. Eesh, sorry about that. Just like last time when you give the buzz box the goods, it'll spit out your reward. Ish. What? No, I'm fine.
I hope the Murloc did not give you much trouble in collecting this for us. I will be sure to get this on the next hippogriff to Darnassus. The Temple of the Moon has given me some funds to hand out for assistance. Please have some with our thanks. Your success here emboldens me to offer you a chance to aid the Temple of the Moon further, if you are interested. That beached creature is not an isolated incident here in Darkshore. There are more along the coastline and even in the water. I would like for you to investigate another one that we know of. This one was reported to be in the water due west of Aberdeen, close to a sunken vessel. Return to me with anything that you may recover that would aid our research. Also, in your travels you may find other creatures. By all means, if you should discover anything, then please bring it to our attention.
Our work has only just begun. Are you prepared for your next task? As I had feared, the cure does not work. It saddens me greatly to order the death of any of nature's beasts, but the sick and tainted thistle bears must be put down. Return to the forest and destroy 20 rabid thistle bears, adventurer. It will most certainly not put a stop to the plague, but it will slow down the damage the animals are doing to our forest and its inhabitants on foot. This is with the fur balls close to Aberdeen. Thank you, adventurer. You've already proven the depth of scouting our enemies, adventurer. Do you have what it takes to fight them as well? Not all adventurers prefer straightforward combat to the art of stealth and evasion. If you think you're up for the task, then the Furball camp south of Aberdeen is currently the biggest threat to our people. You'll find some of the Blackwood tribe there. Kill 8 Pathfinders and 5 Windtalkers and return to me here. Your scouting of the Furball camp is information that Thunderous Windweaver should be made aware of. He graciously served as the elder of Aberdeen, offering sage and just stewardship of the day-to-day affairs of the village. Please, share with him your findings to date on the Furball. I believe he has some ideas about the reasons behind their corruption. Perhaps you can work with him to enact a plan to restore the balance of nature here.
So the crystal exists, adventurer? Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been well executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? This is but a single question in a sea of questions. Another question that comes to mind is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine that crystal closely to get some answers. Use this empty vial and fill up on some Moonwell water here in Aberdeen. Such potent magic should provide a clue as to the composition of the crystal. To do that, you'll pour the liquid over the crystal. It should take care of the rest. While I don't anticipate anything bad happening to you, I still want you to be careful. Above us to the east is Fellwood. If that crystal is tied to that place as I suspect it is, then it could prove to be very dangerous.
Well met, adventurer. Your scouting of the Fur Bog situation comes at a fortuitous time for us in Aberdeen. For some time we have dealt with not only forest dwellers who are now openly hostile to our presence, but also the outright corruption of the forest itself. Hopefully you might be able to lend Aberdeen aid during these troubling times. The Cliffspring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. It empties into the Mist's Edge, and I fear the wash will affect Aberdeen soon. I suspect the Blackwood fir bogs upriver are the cause of the taint, but I also suspect that they aren't the true root of it. Take this sampling tube and go to the mouth of the river to our north. Proceed inland to the first waterfall and draw a sample from the pool there. You'll see a bridge overhead. Once you have a sample, return to me in Aberdeen.
Feel free to browse. Farewell.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
May Elune walk with you, adventurer. The Temple of the Moon has come to help the troubled citizens of Oberdeen. You've been a tremendous help here today. We now have a solid chance at unlocking the mystery of why these creatures choose to beach themselves on the coast of Darkshore. The idea that they might be fleeing the area around Teldrassil is disturbing. Should you come across others in your travels, please let me know. Our research here is but in its infancy. On behalf of the Temple of the Moon, please accept this as thanks for the effort you have given. Thank you, adventurer.
You have made it once more to the mysterious crystal. Removing the stopper on the tube of Moonwell water, you gingerly pour the contents out over the top of the crystal. As the water cascades down its lattices, you see the opaque surface turn transparent. The Moonwell water has revealed that embedded inside the crystal are a few small fragments of bone, as well as half of a jawbone. The jawbone appears to be from a humanoid, but it is unclear without breaking open the crystal. A feat that even the strongest of magic would find near impossible. With the task at hand complete, all that remains is to report back to Sentinel Blinda Nalshay in Aberdeen.
Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Aberdeen. Perhaps they'll know a course of action to follow on this crystal. Well, that is, if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be out of harm's way. As for you, please have this. Consider it a reward for a job well done, adventurer.
The others look at this landscape and see only death, corruption, and adversity. None of those things are in short supply. True, but that view ignores the opportunities presented by our environment. I will not stand by and watch these opportunities go ignored, adventurer. With your help, we can demonstrate to the others here at Bloodwatch just how to make use of the environment and its creatures. A good woodsman makes use of every available resource, adventurer. Even the most bizarre creatures possess attributes we can use to our advantage. With Bloodwatch under constant assault from the Sunhawks, we're looking to a variety of natural defenses, including traps. The Lasher's thorny vines are perfectly suited to the construction of the traps I have in mind. The combination of sharp spines and deadly toxin will fell unwary attackers. Bring me the vines of mutated constrictors so that I can begin my work. As I'm sure you've seen in your time on Blood Mist Isle, very little remains unchanged by our arrival. My training and experience has taught me that even the products of an environment like this one can be put to use. With so few resources, we must rely on our ingenuity to provide for us. I've been supplementing our stores with meat from the bears that wander this island. With the proper preparation, it can safely be eaten. If you're going to be out in the field, why not help replenish our stocks?
I wish I had more time to teach all who came before me. But alas, that is not the way of things. Until you have learned all that Padar has to teach, I cannot help you.
vigilant.
Through vigorous retraining, I have had to break many students of all they had previously learned, so that I might teach them anew. The service I offer becomes increasingly difficult to perform each time it is done. It is for that reason that it becomes increasingly expensive with each retraining. Do you desire that I break you of the talents you have learned?
Good health, long life.
Ye looking for Holgril? Well, did ye check the tavern? Oh, if ye are looking for a rogue and a dwarf one at that, ye should start in the inn. Go have a look already. Ye looking for Holgril? Well, did ye check the tavern? Oh, if ye are looking for a rogue and a dwarf one at that, ye should start in the inn. Go have a look already.
Seek the path of the light. May your days be long and your hardships few.
Ye looking for Holgril? Well, did ye check the tavern? Oh, if ye are looking for a rogue and a dwarf one at that, ye should start in the inn. Go have a look already. I can train you in first aid techniques.
seek the path of the light.
Good day, adventurer. Are you in need of a reliable hippogriff?
May the light embrace you. Dionysaka.